Hello everyone, we're heading into Clash of Wills for a rank 1 run. All modifiers turned on. For the team, we have Stormseeker Esther. So she's going to tank for us, starting in the base with some auto casting. We have the Dragon's Brush and Call of the Wild for some LB fill at the start, Wisdom of Hess and Saintly Castle to make sure she has at least some sort of base mitigation the whole time. And Cozy Scarf from the current raid, because it has some type mitigation for Demon and Stone, mainly worried about the magic one. And then in the shift, as tanky as I could make her, kind of focusing more on the spirit side because we'll have good type mitigation for physical against Demon and Stone. And she does need one Blizzard Orb. And then for resist with the challenge on, we got 50 positive ice and negative 45 earth. Should be fine. Most of the RNG seems to come from the non-elemental stuff anyway. Paladin Sylvie's next. So both forms are 100% draw attacks. We do have Blizzard Orb on her just in case. And of course her own card for the morale gains. And then in the shift, we did set her up for some damage. She's here mostly for support though. So she does have the Dress Sphere just for the modifier. No chain cap on her in this form. But 275 Demon, 250 Stone Killer. Next up is Roberta. So the base is our damage. So that's Magic and Killers and another Dress Sphere for modifier. $300 Demon, 300 Stone. And then in the shift, I got a second Rod on her just for morale gain. Lilies and Mug, again, just morale gains. And Philosopher's Stone just for the morale stuff. And then we have Olive, mainly focused on limit. Using the card for the killers. 300 Demon, Stone, and a limit for her. Ayek is up next. So chain cap comes from the clothing. Other than that, magic and killers. 300 Demon and Stone there. And then we have Fravia. So the base is our damage form. So another Dress Sphere just for the modifier. Magic and killers. And Ayaka's card because the move we get from this is better than her own moves as far as how much damage. 300 Demon and Stone for her there. And then in the shift, and she's starting in the shift, we got the Empress Rod for morale at the start. Treasured Ring, again, morale at the start. And Philosopher's Stone Seeker, just auto casting. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, Roberta, go to the base. So we're going to triple cast. I'm going to do Siphon Snap to dispel the boss. Magnus to give LB to Esther so we can fully set her up. And just morale fill. Olive is just going to morale fill. So we'll do Gunner, Brilliant, both Killers, and Giant Melon. Make sure that we never break defense on this thing. Sylvie. So we're going to do Paladin's defense. This will get us 80 attack break on there. We got 85 magic from Olive. Magnus for the big general mitigation, and Elemental Vines for magic mitigation. And then Esther can shift and cast her stuff. So we're going to do Magnus for Omni Cover, Boundless Stasis for our Provoke and Type mitigation, and then just Discharge for Break Resist. And then Ayaka, we can do Introduction and Triple Frosty Snow. And then Fravia, staying in the shift, we're going to do Azure Key for modifier and a double flick. Again, make sure that we never break defense. They can chain, we'll do like no damage, but we'll do ice damage to steal the boss at least. So a lot of the attacks seem to be RNG. The only things that's really painful is the AE magic, non-elemental stuff. So if we get too many of those in a turn, Esther might die. But other than that, she should survive no problem. Alright, turn 2, Esther's going to guard. Alright, Roberta's going to shift. We're going to Dragoon's aim for Spear and Peril. We're going to do her Stone Killer for upgrade on type mitigation for magic, just a tiny bit. I think it only comes to like 5% damage reduction difference. And then Magnus for the modifier buff to everybody. Sylvie is going to shift and do Shift and Limit. Olive is just going to straight up cap, so we'll do Brilliant Splash, both Killers, Melon, and Summer Shot. Again, never defense break. And then Ayaka will do Spirit of the Season for her Killers, and then triple on Snow. And then Fravia will go to the base. So we'll do Aurora. This will Ice Imbue and put up the Aura, and then triple bolting. And we'll let them chain and deal some damage. Yeah, it's probably not a good chain. Decent amount of damage still. That's what we like to see, mostly physical attacks. Alright, turn 3, Esther's going to guard again. Sylvie in the shift. We're going to do Not So Fast to get rid of the attack and magic buff on the boss. And then we're going to crack Stone, Olive, and Poach Demon on Olive so she gets the 250 killers. Roberta goes to the base. So Roberta is going to Mystic Breath, Mega Breath, and Morale Fill. Olive, we're going to Splash, Killer, Killer, Cap, and then Melon Ammo after, so we have that for her super next turn. Ayaka is going to do her limit for her buffs. And then Fravia, we're going to do triple bolting and use a Magnus so that she's got that for next turn. So we'll chain, do a tiny bit of damage, mainly setting up so that we can push the threshold next turn. And Esther guards. Alright, so turn 4. Esther's got a limit burst to put up cover again. Sylvie can go to the base. We're going to do Petals, Vines, and Resolve. Alright, everybody else is going to do some damage. So Olive does super. Roberta, we're going to quad and just tag chain. Ayaka is going to do Frosty Snow 4 times, and Fravia is going to do the move from the card. So I'm going to hit Olive and then Roberta and then the other two so that everybody gets the 90% Spirit Break. Alright, so we hit the threshold, which is what we needed to do. Alright, so turn 5, Esther's going to guard. Sylvie is going to shift. So we're going to do Not So Fast to get rid of the attack and magic. Crack Stone on Olive and Poach Demon on Olive. Roberta. So we're just going to triple cast because we got to get rid of Imperils. So we're going to do 1 Mystic Breath. Domain to cure Imperils. And then refresh the mitigation for Stone. Olive is just going to straight out cap. So we'll do Magic Spirit Break, both Killers, Melon Ambo, and Dual Summer Shot. Ayaka is just going to 4 times cast Frosty Snow, and Fravia is going to do the card move again. And essentially the boss is going to start healing. We got to make sure that he never touches 70% again. And we can use our attack and magic just because we'll have it every turn anyway. And Esther guards. There, turn 6. Esther has to refresh stuff, so we're going to triple cast. We're going to do Boundless Stasis for the provoke and type mitigation again. We're going to do Storm Guardian for a big general mitigation for herself, and then we get a Shadow Bolt to refresh the attack break. Roberta is going to do Base Limit just to get the 300% LB buff for Olive for later. Sylvie is going to go to the base. So we'll do Paladin's Defense, which technically refreshes the attack break anyway. Petals and Vines to refresh our mitigation. So Olive, we're going to prep for a super. So we'll Brilliant Splash, any killer, Giant Melon, Dual Summer Shot, and then we'll Magnus last. So the Magnus is ready for the super. And then for Ayaka, we're going to do Good Tidings and triple Frosty Snow. And then for Fravia, we're going to do Aura Refreshed and triple Bolting. And we'll do a little bit of Burst here to help out. Essentially, next turn, we have to make sure we hit the 30% threshold. Alright, so turn 7. Esther needs to Limit Burst to put up cover again. Sylvie is going to shift. So we're going to do Stone Killer on Olive, Demon Killer on Olive, and then Sword and Peril for Fravia. Roberta. So we're just going to triple. So for her, we're just going to do a double Mystic and a Mega. Olive is going to do Super. Ayaka is just going to quadcast Frosty Snow. And then Fravia is going to do the move from the card. We'll get our attack and magic buff. And we have to hit 30% this turn. Okay, we hit the threshold, we're good. So the boss puts up a defense and spirit buff. So we have to get that on the boss by turn 7 so that it's off turn 10. Alright, so turn 8, Esther's going to guard. Sylvie will go to the base. So he also did attack and magic buff, so we're going to do not so fast. And then we'll Compassionate Knight and Paladin's Resolve. Alright, Olive will do Splash, Killer, Melon Ammo, and Dual Summer. Fry is going to shift. And we're just going to triple flick for the better Sword and Peril. Let's see, for Roberta, we're just going to triple cast. So we'll do a double Mystic. And then we're going to do Magnus, just do Cure and Perils. And then for Ayaka, so we're going to start out and do her build up Ice Boost. Then we can do her 160 killer for everybody else. That's 10% buff over what we got. We can have her do Frosty Snow and then end with the Spirit of the Season so that she gets her better killers there. Let her start casting. Let Olive cast a little bit and let them chain it up. And then Esther just guards. Alright, turn 9. Esther's going to guard again. Sylvie is going to shift. We're going to do our Stone Killer on Olive, Demon Killer on Olive, and then we'll do Curing just to get a little bit of heal in there, which we don't really need, but that's fine. Let's see, Olive. We're going to do a little bit of prep, so we'll do Brilliant, Killer. Actually, let's do Brilliant, Gunner Guardian, Melon Ammo, Summer Shot, and then Magnus, so that we have that for next turn. Ayaka is going to do her Super Limit this turn. Fravia goes back to the base. We can refresh the aura, do a double bolting, and then end with her Magnus. Roberta is just going to tag 4 times. We'll use Defense and Spirit, help Esther out. Attack and Magic, and get a little damage in here. Alright, guard Esther. That's a lot of magic RNG right there. But we lived, and that's all that matters. Alright, so turn 10 is our kill turn, big burst turn, and everything. So boss no longer has defensive buffs. We'll just hit all the things. Heal, barrier, attack and magic buff. Alright, so Esther is going to triple Shadow Bolt, add into the chain. Sylvie is going to triple bolting. Olive does super. Roberta, quad tag. Ayaka is going to do her final Magnus. And then Fravia does the move from the card. So hopefully we damage cap and all the good stuff. So again, Olive goes first, make sure everybody gets the break. .7, that should be damage cap. So there we go. That is perfect. Take a look at the damage. So Olive did most of it. Ayaka did decent chunk too, but technically Olive got in there with the caps in between her super, where Ayaka didn't do as much damage setting up. So there we go. Rank 1 run. Interesting fight. Took a bit to learn. There's a lot of RNG, which is slightly annoying. But we got it done, so we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.